And then what I'm trying to do is like another advantage of having the phone. Maybe like when there's music, you can kind of pan over to who's playing on the piano or like giving out awards or whatever.
Right.
Since this is smaller, it'll be better for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oop. And again, if the battery starts to die, just let me know. All right, cool. Thank you, Sue.
Yeah, my best friend lives in that township, and she's like, as soon as these kids graduate, getting out of here. Like, township is pretentious, they think they know everything. It's expensive. Right. And Lancaster School District has great programs, great opportunities. But it is just right. They offer, because I work at the youth intervention center, and we get like most of our population is SDOL, and the teachers are like, look, they have great opportunities. They get great funding, they get great everything. Just take advantage of it. But because the behavior issues and like when you talk about, teacher ratio, there's stuff like this, but and we don't often get kids from, township or women or dealing at the time. Like,
Yeah, we get.
We get a lot of those.
Wait, you have less yesterday. No. But I know two of them is better. I know the three letters also.
Yeah.
Do you want to work together?
I would, yeah.
Wait, I think I do.
Yeah, some of our shelter kids go to like the day programs. And like CSG and Phil
He's been sitting here. It's too far away, look.
They absolutely do.
You better turn ahead.
That's what some of our shelter kids, like, they get picked up, they go to day programs, they come back. Right. And it's hard because the mental health programs are so overrun.
Is all your stuff packed up?
There's like wait lists, and if you need it immediately, you can get it, you have to wait 6 months. Oh, I thought about flowers.
Not interested.
Because I thought about picking flowers. I know, I don't got Smart. Yeah.
I want to get the one. Yeah.
I'm waiting like 5 minutes. It's easy to see. What time is it? 6:30? You have to pay for activities. Oh, do you? Keep one school after this? It's busy? That poor kid's sick all the time.
That's why I just like to find on the Facebook page.
I'm sure the one from all the 8th graders. Oh, girl.
I mean, I was thinking, oh my gosh.
What I should have said is really, you should just get your phone notifications. Oh, it will be.
Yeah, I was thinking that
Or
too.
if I don't get it,
Or
you can watch it. Right. No, I told Anna. And my thing is I just didn't know if she wanted the whole thing or just
yeah, guys.
because I did not feel like it was
I thought it would be so like algae and like yeah, I think I'm not moving because it sounds like phyto related. That's a big
I might as well go now too.
okay. Okay, back to this. Has your dad done connections? No, but look at that. If I rode this street. No. Okay. Well, let's go. Okay. My favorite. Maybe it's Hunger Games stuff. Bad Ratter. Alphabet. Why are there so many? Alice in Wonderland. No, there's. Shrek.
So I went home and got a power bank. So just in case the battery starts to
And they needed the green one.
Do I like it?
now we don't have to worry about it. So just leave that hooked in. Yeah, you can put it in. Thanks.
Love this space. I mean, what else would it be though? Does it ask questions?
Even with the dog, it's still
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I feel like Molly It's very subjective. Oh my god, or like bird species. But like what? I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I know, right?
No, it's not. Are they? Do you know? I was gonna guess 100, so
The
yeah.
19 Oh, I can go. I've been there. I like it. That's Twilight. Charlotte. Did you see Twilight? I watched it. It was looking good. Why did I watched it? I was like, why did I enjoy it? Like, I was like on the edge of my seat. No, that's why I said watch
They agreed to keep the tush push in play. I don't understand why it's
Let's just skip to now.
just because one team was good. I saw this crazy shot by Halliburton. I don't know. Well, this is the way I'm not there too, huh? But if I have to be in the middle. They should get though. I didn't even notice that. Well, the rest is right because there's a ninth grade president in this class. I wonder if they picked that song for their reception. They did. I was like, they did too. It wasn't.
Yes. Where have you been? Oh, who's done that?
it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see, I close my eyes to see. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
Good morning and welcome, friends and family members. What a wonderful morning it is today. Despite the rain, there is sunshine in the room, and we are so happy to celebrate with you our middle school promotion. I can tell you, this is one of the best parts of my job, to participate in these joyful moments, momentous occasions, and to cheer on our students who have worked so hard. 8th graders, this day is going to be about you, and I am very excited to have them enter.
graders, today's a day to celebrate all you've achieved through your hard work, your determination, and certainly through moments of creative inspiration. 6th and 7th graders, today is also a day about you. You have grown by leaps and bounds as you took on new challenges this year. It's a time for all of you to imagine your future and the opportunities in front of you. For now, I want to challenge you. So it'll be very hard, but I want you to be in the moment. This is a day and a moment you will remember forever. So please be present and enjoy all that will happen as we celebrate you. I'd like to introduce Mr. Foltz, who's our Director of Academics. Mr. Foltz.
Good morning, everyone. We are so excited that you can join us today to honor our 8th grade students. Class of 2029, this is your day, and it marks a significant milestone in your life. Throughout your time in middle school, you have exhibited resilience, perseverance, and commitment to excellence. You have overcome challenges, embraced opportunities, and forged friendships that will last a lifetime. As we come together to celebrate this joyous occasion, let us not only look back on the memories we have shared, but also look forward to the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. While today marks the end of one chapter, it also marks the beginning of a new adventure, one filled with opportunities, adventures, and endless potential. You have all taken different paths that have led you here to Linden Hall. All of you bring unique skills, talents, and personalities that positively contribute to and enhance our broader school community. 8th graders, on behalf of all of the adults here at school, we are so proud of each of you and can't wait to join you as you embark on the next steps of your educational journey. We know you are going to continue to do great things. Now, please direct your attention to the screen for a slideshow of the 24-25 school year.
Do a little stage direction. Your folks who are in front of you, let us actually see the slideshow. Please feel free to stand up and go to the side.
would like to thank Nix Ducharme for creating that wonderful presentation. Let's give her a round of applause. At this time, I would like to welcome our 6th and 7th grade class mentors, Mr. Claridge and Miss Mott, to the podium.
Hello. Mrs. Mock and I spent this year as class mentors to the 6th and 7th grade class. They've had a litany of accomplishments and growth over their 1st and 2nd years here at Linden Hall. This group adapted beautifully to the Linden Hall community. Despite being our youngest students, they made many big steps like running the Valentine's Day fundraiser selling candy grams. It was very successful and we nearly tripled our goal earnings. Well done to them. The 6th and 7th graders also made numerous personal strides this year in their own growth as middle schoolers. The 6th grade class is a joyful whirlwind full of energy, positivity, and a steady stream of laughter that fills the halls and occasionally drifts into neighboring classrooms. It's been such a treat to watch them grow this year, and I'd love to highlight a few of the standout qualities. Hannah has made impressive strides in her organizational skills, showing real maturity and responsibility. Dee made remarkable progress socially and learning when to say no. Look to her friends. Yeah, where's my tip? There's good. Pip came into her own socially and also sharpened her ability to stay organized and on top of her work. Margaret naturally stepped into leadership roles and had an incredible knack for helping us get the group refocused when their giggles got out of hand. Last of our 6th graders, Abby. She was always steady, kind, and quietly hilarious. Consistently brought us into calm and fun and thoughtfulness to the classroom. And I'm really talking about 2 of our 7th graders before handing it off. Claire joined us later in the year, but adjusted quickly and seamlessly. She jumped right in, excelling both academically and becoming a valued part of our class community. Lastly, Celine. Showed a lot of growth academically this year and made great progress in areas that were more challenging to her. Her willingness to take initiative in class discussions and help her peers, very often in my science classroom, demonstrated emerging leadership skills. Keep it up.
All right, so I'm going to talk about the 7th grade now specifically. All right, so this year the 7th graders truly stepped up as leaders, taking the initiative to help the 6th graders navigate the school and their schedules. They embraced new responsibilities, not only through the projects like our fundraiser, where we sell candy grams, but also in their academics and extracurriculars. Their creativity shines through in their artwork, their writing, and storytelling, and they consistently show dedication on the court and off the court in our classrooms. They have a serious drive and a willingness to support one another as well. I'd also like to take a moment to celebrate the personal growth they've shown throughout the school year. Elena has consistently demonstrated strong leadership both as an athlete and in the classroom. She exemplifies the Linden Hall spirit through her poise and constant pursuit of excellence. Remy is confident and often the first to participate in class discussions. She advocates for herself effectively and is always ready to support her classmates. Olivia is known for her bright smile and eagerness to learn. She is dedicated and determined, consistently working through challenges and setting a positive example for her peers with her love of learning and compassion. Raylene is not here today, but we will still talk about her. All right, so Raylene is always ready to lend a helping hand. Her positive attitude and approachable nature shine through in all she does. Raina, who is also not here today. Raina treats her teachers and peers with respect. She is highly creative and expresses her love for drawing, even if it's in her notes packet, when she should be taking notes. But her cheerful presence lights up the room, and she never fails to make others laugh. Tianyan. She joined later in the school year, but has shown impressive growth in a very short amount of time. She is always smiling, asking thoughtful questions when unsure, and approaches new topics with curiosity. Anna. Anna has made remarkable progress as a student this year at Linden Hall. She participated in the Math Counts competition, which is a middle school math competition that we held at Millersville University this year, and she placed in the top 20 out of 140 students. That being said as well, she is my only 7th grader who's taking an Algebra 2 honors class. And this year, she created an impressive honors project around rice production in the United States, successfully modeling and predicting next year's rice prices using linear equations. We are extremely proud of our group and the accomplishments they have made this year. Not only have they stepped up to become a great group that formed a wonderful bond, but they have taken on their roles in middle school with pride. We could not be prouder of who they are becoming. At this time, I would like to turn over the microphone to Dr. Nan, who will continue the next part of our program.
As is customary in many schools, today we celebrate our 8th graders. What makes Linden Hall extraordinary is the message they will share. They will present hallmark moments and areas of achievement, each individually. I'd like to introduce Ms. Horn, one of the 8th grade class mentors, who will invite each student to the podium for the presentation of their personal statements. As an aside, this is scary. Right? To stand up in front of a whole theater of people. So before you even begin, I want to congratulate you on your courage and the hard work that you've put in to do these personal statements. I know you will be amazing.
As Dr. Nan said, our promotion ceremony highlights the girls' achievements in their own voices. I've been honored to share the task of mentoring students in the 8th grade this year along with Ms. Samantha Dunzap. At this time, I'll introduce each of the students and you'll have the pleasure of hearing directly from them. First, we have Bryn Margaret Baker.
Snapping in, not out. Snap out of it. What do you think when I tell you this? I imagine you maybe feel a bit offended, or even a bit enlightened. Maybe you think, hey, this jerk, or what'd I do to you? I get it. I understand, because I used to feel like that too. Hi, I'm Bryn, and this is my first year at Linden Hall. I'm 14, going on 15, and today I'm going to speak to you all about snapping. Snap your fingers for me, and listen to the sound. What do you think when you hear it, and what does it make you imagine? Maybe the tapping of shoes on a floor, or a vase falling and cracking upon a concrete surface. We're all different. We all imagine something unique to one another. Likewise, the phrase snap out of it can mean many things to us too. It can mean the act of snapping your fingers, leaving something in the past, or maybe getting so angry and emotional that you collapse to the ground and start screaming. When you tell someone to snap out of it, it's almost like you're ordering them to change, to forget their history and create a new them, and leave behind their mistakes. It tells you to make a new you, free from the restraints of the past. Or does it? When I first arrived here, I was a mess. I had been breaking rules, not listening to anyone or anything. I was an emotional time bomb of panic attacks. I felt like I was being constantly told to snap out of it, but that never quite sat well with me. I bet it wouldn't if you were in the same situation. It made me feel like I was digging a deeper hole for myself. It made me feel the way you feel when you fall face forward onto your bed and contemplate your life decisions. But one day, instead of rotting away in my bed, I rose from that dark pit. I looked at my shaking hands covered in self-pitying tears and found out that I was the one telling myself to snap out of it. So I decided to change my mindset and instead told myself to snap in. I stopped pitying myself. I helped my inner child back onto her feet and brought her along with me, along with all the pain and trauma. But for some reason, now it doesn't bother me as much anymore. Instead of dark skies full of hail raining down, there's sunshine. I feel better. I learned from my past mistakes and started focusing on pleasing myself rather than the people who would validate my existence. I started smiling, found out that I love life. I still have my ups and downs, but the world seems a little bit better now, and I wish that for all of you too, as well. Stop holding on to the past, and prior to letting it slip through your fingertips, bring it back up and lend it a hand. Carry it with you. Become something you look upon, and instead of thinking, I can't believe that happened, or wow, was I really like this? Think, I'm so glad that this was here to teach me the lessons I know now. Without my history and life lessons I've had to endure, I would have never had empathy for the people I see going through the same things. Because I now know what they went through. I see you, everyone. I see you, and I believe in you. Bring your inner child with you. Learn from your mistakes, and embrace it. It's what makes you, you. So don't snap out of it, snap in.
Victoria Bokutova.
Having been away from your family and your home for a long time, being in the home was my first time. Hello, my name is Victoria Bakatova. I grew up in Krasnodar, Russia, but currently I live in Miami. Today, I want to share with you my experience as a boarding student. To be honest, it was hard at the beginning. I had a lot of challenges, like moving to a place where I'm far away from my parents, sharing a room with someone, and having a lot of responsibilities. But as I have been here, I started to learn these things, like being independent, making compromises with my roommate, and developing skills like time management and academics. Also, I learned for the first time how to ride a horse. It's something that I wanted to do since my childhood. Choir performances were a fun and educational experience for me, and they helped me to improve my singing voice. This school year helped me to grow significantly. It also taught me how to face challenges rather than give up. Now I have goals like to apply to Oxford University, study hard, and become a happy one. I believe the challenges help us to grow. This year wasn't easy for me, but it made me stronger and more prepared for my future.
Nisha Bandari.
Have you ever not known how to say no? Have you ever given someone something unwillingly? You might be thinking, it's not that hard to say no. My name is Niju Andari, and this year I had to learn how to say no. As someone who was a people pleaser, it was very difficult to say no to people, even if it was a friend or someone who I happened to live next to. I lost a friend or two in the process, but in the end, it was all worth it. Not knowing how to tell someone how I felt was hard to overcome, and it was very difficult at first. I also struggled to complete my work and to turn things in on time. These struggles stayed with me from the beginning of the year to until even now. But now I am able to stand up for myself and speak my mind. As the quarters passed, I got better at managing my time and doing my work. By learning to create boundaries for myself, I gained self-confidence. I may not have known how to manage my time or not known how to tell someone how I felt, but now I am able to be the best version of myself. Overall, this year, I learned that when you learn to let go, many more things will be awaiting you.
Imagine that you have come to a new and strange environment. How would you feel? Hi, my name is Yulin. I'm from China. My topic is about my feelings and experience this semester. When I came here the first month, I couldn't understand the teachers and my classmates because my English was not good. I was not very adapted to the new environment either, such as not being familiar with some homeworks or activity in class. I have never been exposed to doing some project before, so I felt nervous and confused in my class. But I wanted to try to find some ways to study. After 3 months, I studied and practiced my English, and I tried to ask our teachers or my classmates questions if I was confused, and they helped me to understand. Although I still can't fully understand sometimes, I found some methods of learning to help me, such as preview before class and write down the new words I don't know. After class, I finish my homework carefully and review what I learned in class. I think I should continue to improve my English, and I should study hard and read more books to help me progress. I want to improve my shortcomings. In conclusion, I still have a lot to learn. Although some things are very difficult, I will keep working.
Anna Gia.
Writing speech drafts is the worst. Working on this one made me internally cringe, and honestly, procrastinating sounded way more tempting. But somehow, I managed to finish it, and now here I am. Hi, my name is Anna, and I had big plans for my first year at Linden Hall. Being away from home, I experienced independence for the first time. However, not everything went as smoothly as I had planned. Take this very speech, for example. I ignored writing my outline and draft for several days until the morning before it was due, telling myself that I would do it later while rotting in bed instead. But while being chronically online can be easy and mindless, it can cause some not-so-fun consequences. Let's be real, screens are addicting, whether it's scrolling on TikTok and YouTube Shorts or just playing Roblox. It's easy to spend the entire day just staring at a glowing piece of metal. But is this really the best way to live? Spending too much time online can disrupt our normal routines in many ways, from cutting into study time to preventing us from going outside and participating in other activities. Because it's so hard to put our phones down once we get started, it throws our normal schedule and planning into disarray. In fact, phone use is closely correlated with procrastination, and when we are uncontrollably drawn to go online, it can be difficult to muster enough discipline to actually go study. Unchecked tech usage could also cut into the time that we would usually spend outside with others or doing other hobbies. Personally, I spent almost the entire spring break in bed with my phone, day after day, but I soon discovered the consequences of living in this way after the chronic tiredness and headaches hit, along with the importance of regularly taking breaks and stepping away from the metaverse. I'm not saying that we should give up tech entirely and go back to prehistoric times. To be honest, I don't think I could live without my devices, but while tech is fun, it's important to keep in mind that we still have to balance going online with real-life physical activities. So yeah, maybe we'll still doom scroll and rot in bed sometimes, and that's okay. But let's try not to let tech steal all our time, because even if being online is fun, real life deserves a little time too.
Daria Kong.
Do you ever have a hard time with your family or feel like you were being wronged by your loved ones? Perhaps the problem in your relationship might be caused by you and your family not talking about it. Hello everyone, my name is Daria. Today I will talk about how to develop a good relationship with your loved ones. At the beginning of this school year, I felt a lot of stress because some problems I had with people I love. It really affected my emotions. First, I had a problem with my cousin. I tried to spend quality times with her, but I felt like we couldn't really connect. Since we are family, not classmates, sometimes we will end up hurting each other without meaning to. However, once we had a talk, it felt really good. We talked about our stress, and after that, everything started to get better. The problem between my cousin and I happened because we hadn't shared our own opinions. I believe the most important thing is to talk to your loved ones and let them know what you are thinking. To build a good relationship with people we care about, here are a few suggestions. First, communicate honestly and openly. Share your feelings, thoughts, and worries. Don't be afraid to express what is on your mind, but always do so kindly and calmly. Second, listen to them. Try to understand the other person's idea and opinions, not just focus on your own. Think about others as well. Third, apologize when necessary. For example, if you make a mistake, simple apologize. It shows that you care about other person and value the relationship more than your pride. What I've learned is that because we're family, we're always around each other. So when there's a problem, it's best to talk it out. It's like the saying, family is not an important thing, it's everything. Thank you.
Doris Palm.
Did you know that emotions can be inherited and it's actually very difficult to control your own emotions? Before, I was not good at controlling my emotions, but now I have learned a lot from my experience and other people. And I have also changed a lot. Hi, my name is Doris Kong. I'm from Xi'an, China. This is my first year in William Hall. Today, I'm going to share my stories and experience about how to control our own emotions. Many people may think that controlling emotions is a simple thing, but for some people, it's not. What does it mean to control your emotions? Its ability to manage and modulate one's emotional experience and responses. Emotions can also be inherited. For example, when they're bad at controlling their emotions or have bad temperament, maybe their kids will have similar situations and temperaments too. Being unable to control your own emotions can be also hurt someone who you care about. My mom always tells me to control my emotions, and why is it important? You can use your emotions to express your feelings, and it encourages the humanity, but it also damages your relationship with others or hurt someone. So, to control your emotions, you need to be calmer when facing problems and situations. Don't be worried and suffer. Try to think calmly to solve it. My mom always lets me to do that, also by reminding me over and over again. I think that's the reason why I changed so much and how her words touch me. I would really like to thank my parents for teaching me how to control my emotions and emphasizing the importance of managing my emotions and my temper. I have indeed suffered a lot because of this, but I have learned a lot from my mistakes too. Now, I'm working harder to express my emotions appropriately, and I'm learning to be tolerant of others. So, don't let your emotions control you. You should control your emotions.
Palm Tuan Le.
My winter break resolution was simple: relax and unwind. Apparently, the universe had other plans for me. I have questionable missing documents and multiple trips from and back to school. These complications were not ideal, especially on the day of my flight, which was delayed and resulted in missing my flight back home. It was a frustrating and time-consuming experience, but one that taught me about myself. Good morning, my name is Tuan, or Tuan, and I'm going to be sharing my unexpected and tragic experience on winter break. It was nearly winter break, and I was preparing to return home. It was very early in the morning, and I made sure not to forget or leave anything behind. When and I were waiting for our expressions driver, both excited to be heading back home. However, I had an unsettling feeling that something bad would happen during my trip, which kept me awake for the entire 3-hour drive. The airport was buzzing with travelers, and the sound of rolling for me. As I was checking in for my flight, the airline agent suddenly informed me that I was not on the list for young school travelers. I began to panic and worry as they explained that I couldn't board the plane unless they received a confirmation from the airline that I had the necessary documents. My mind raced as I called my travel agent, urgently asking if they had the information. Despite the airline gate agent's best efforts to help. They explained that my options were minimal, and none of them included me boarding the flight that day. The only option I had was to rebook another flight and fill out the necessary documents, then return to the airport the following day. I cried uncontrollably after hearing that I couldn't board the plane and had to return to school. My assistant driver tried to comfort me and offered to get me snacks to cheer me up, which made me feel better and took my mind off the issue for a while. But the drive back to campus felt disappointing. I was full of self-reproach. Upon arriving back, I found my dorm room oddly comforting. Being able to rest after waking up so early and dealing with issues at the airport. And despite having to attend school the next day, it felt surprisingly pleasant. I got to see my friends and teachers for one more time before I left for winter break. I also managed to finish my class assignments on time, which allowed less work for me to do at home. Luckily, there were no complications that afternoon, and soon enough, I landed back home safely. While my winter break did get off to a rough start, this experience taught me about preparation, adaptability, resilience, and persistence when things don't go according to plan. I also reflected that at unfortunate times, we can try to be positive, and good things will happen. So, did I have a chill winter break of my dreams? Not exactly. But did I learn a super important life lesson about not being a total scatterbrain? Definitely. And honestly, after all that stress, when I finally got back to Vietnam, it felt about 1,000,000 times better. So remember, documents are your best friends. Treat them well, or you might have a surprise reunion with your dorm room. Give the word, baby!
Have you ever found that you did very poorly after exam results came out? I did. I very much cared about my score, but there is always a reason for not doing well on an exam. So I found out the reason. Hi, I'm Joey from Sichuan, China. Today I'm going to talk about the phrase start easy and move to difficult. This phrase has many meanings, depending on where we use it. When it is used to describe a relationship, what it means is judging someone by what they say. This is an example for starting easy. Then you move toward what is difficult by judging the person's true intentions. As for me, it's more often used during tests. Before, when I was taking a math exam, I usually finish one question before moving on to the next one. But once I met a question I couldn't solve, it took me almost 10 minutes, which left me no time to finish all my questions. So I figured out the problem. I learned to do the easy one first and solve the difficult ones last. Because if you can't solve this problem, it is better to skip it. No matter how much time you spend looking at it, you will only waste more of your time taking the exam. When solving problems, we should choose better ways so that we can save time, avoid unnecessary losses, and achieve high efficiency and perfection at the same time. Finally, think about your life and the exam you have taken. After hearing my experience, what can the phrase start easy and move to difficult do for your life? Have you ever caught yourself scrolling endlessly on your phone, only to realize an hour has passed and you've accomplished obviously nothing? Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Saho, and I'm in grade 8. Today, I'd like to share a simple but powerful idea that changed my life as a student using time wisely. When I first moved to America from Japan, everything felt overwhelming. A new culture, new lifestyle, and new friends. At first, I spent a lot of time on my phone because it felt safe and familiar. But one day, I realized that all those little moments were adding up, and I wasn't making the most of them. Instead of wasting time, I decided to start filling those moments with activities that truly helps me grow. One of the things I started doing was practicing the piano more often. Right now, I'm learning a new song that I'm excited to perform with a friend. I also made it a habit to read regularly, especially English novels and essays. This not only became a new hobby, but also helped me expand my vocabulary naturally. Before going to sleep, I review new words so that studying doesn't feel stressful. Free time is a gift. It may seem small, but it's incredibly powerful. If you use it well, you can learn new skills, discover what you like, and become a new confident version of yourself. Your time is valuable. Use it in a way that makes you proud.
Rebecca Renfro.
Have you ever felt anxious because you have a quiz, test, or project the next day after a sports game? It's okay. I've had this feeling before many times. I'm Rebecca Renfro, and I'm from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I've always had a challenge with time management in my sports and academic schedule. At the start of 8th grade, my time management didn't get better, and I started falling behind. But if that wasn't bad enough, I never really asked questions. I knew that I had support, and all my teachers would obviously help, but there was just a brain block when it came to asking questions. I did start asking questions, and I felt so much better and way more confident about the topics. Also, there was no such thing as a dumb or stupid question, but I did get a little better, and the teachers helped me a lot. Also, it was really fun missing school for sports. Those days had a different feeling to them, because instead of missing school for a scary dentist or orthodontist, I got to play the sport I love and got to hang out with all my teammates. Missing school did lead to me falling behind, but I did overcome a lot of time management problems in the process. I'm still working on it too. I'm looking forward to playing varsity sports in high school because I've learned a lot of lessons. One of them is don't cram. I know everyone has heard this several times, but please don't cram, especially if you have after-school activities. Second, you have words and you have a mouth. If you have something to say, then say it. If you're struggling with something, then just talk to your teachers. They will help and be very happy to do so. Don't just complain to your friends and family. They don't really want to hear it. Third and finally, it can feel really suffocating, like you have to do everything at once and make every minute count. But you really don't. Just make time to do the things that you still like, so that when you do have to do the things that you have to do, you'll feel way more motivated to do them. Finally, in the spirit of President Obama, run for life.
Demi Sue.
Hi everyone. I think most of the people sitting here find it hard to define success and the ideal life that they want to have. Is working until the time you can retire defined as success, or is it buying a new house near the beach and enjoying the rest of your life? For me, success means being the best at whatever you do. Therefore, I'm afraid of being a failure. I'm worried that no matter how hard I try, I will not be able to prove that I'm in the top 1%. I'm so scared of practicing thousands of times, but still not being in the top 3 in games. I took 3 years to understand that not being perfect is not the end of the world. That the truly terrifying thing is if you don't have the courage and motivation to stand up again after you fail at something. No one is perfect. Everyone suffers separation and humiliation when they are at their most vulnerable point. People like me, who want to be successful right away, find it harder to overcome this period. I know better than anyone the frustration of repeated attempts and repeated failures. Because in my time at Linden Hall, I tried a lot of new things, like archery. Because archery is only aiming at one point, I thought it would be easy to do if I paid some attention. Until I participated in a tournament and achieved my lowest result ever. The moment I saw the result, I wanted to give up. Maybe I just wasn't good at it or not suitable for the competition. But there was an inexplicable urge in my heart to make me stand up again. I started to change my attitude towards training. I began to cherish every opportunity to pick up the ball. I told myself that I must be responsible for every arrow I shot. Every single shot would count. Finally, in the last tournament, or the most important tournament, I earned a better result, around 40 points higher. I now realize failure is a natural part of the growing process, and I define success as improving in something that I do not find I'm good at. Growing is a long process. Every step will change you and your results. Cultivating your resilience to setbacks is important. Self-compassion will give you encouragement to face yourself as a failure and dare to stand up and be better. Enjoy the process of failure and learning from your mistakes more often will enable you to reach the goals more quickly. Everyone has their own way of achieving success. Just never give up and try your best. If failure can defeat you, you will be successful someday. Just give you some time and be patient. Everything works out for the best. Thank you.
Laura Wong.
Hiking might sound boring. Like, why don't you stay in your dorm and enjoy your weekend? Until a few weeks ago, I still could not figure out why I was getting up early for hiking. Hi, my name's Cora Wan. After my 8th grade year, it is going to be my 3rd year at Linden Hall. It is so hard to believe that I finally found something that I'm truly interested in during my last year of my middle school. A few weeks before our fall break, I saw hiking on the weekend activity list. I kind of want to try something else instead of going on shopping trips or staying in the dorm, so I signed up for my first hike. I went with some of my friends. It was really fun. We laughed, chatted, and explored together. It wasn't just a hike. It's more like an adventure that lets me explore something that I had never learned before. After winter break, I felt exhausted. Every weekend I stayed in school made me feel like time was motionless. School was covered in snow. The roads were icy. The only thing that we could do was stay on our screens. In early February, the ice started melting. The warm weather stopped the snow, but the temperature outside was still low. So I started hiking, and it became the best thing in my week. In early March, the temperature grew really fast. All the animals started coming out. Most of us wanted to touch grass during the weekend. So we started hiking every weekend. Talking with friends, breathing fresh air, touching grass, playing with animals, these are the things that truly make me happy and free. One of my favorite parts is taking pictures. I love capturing the landscape, not only with my eyes, but also with my phone. I always upload my pictures on social media. Every time I review the pictures, make me recall the memories. Looking back, I never expected that hiking was going to be a big part of my middle school life. It does teach me a lot. Appreciate small moments. The wind blowing over my ears, the sunlight across the branches of trees, and the random animals we met along the trail. Most of all, hiking taught me that the hardest climb may not always lead to the best views, but if you work hard, you'll gain something, and that's just not on trails, but in life too.
Piper Flynn Waterhouse.
Raise your hand if you can read. Now, I do hope that all of you can read, even if it's just a picture book. I grew up skipping and adding words to stories and books that didn't belong. Why? Well, I have dyslexia. Hi, good morning. My name is Piper Flynn Waterhouse, and I have hereditary dyslexia dyscalculia. Now, I told myself I wasn't going to thank anybody in this speech, but I would like to thank both my parents and my grandparents for this whole not being able to read or do math thing. Thankfully, I grew up in a family who knew what to do with both of my learning disabilities from a young age, and how to make my life easier in school. I always got questions from people who have misunderstood what I have. One common one was, "Oh, so you can't read?" Well, I would love to see their faces with me reading the speech and when I was writing it. It is a valid question, but the sad part is, I've had people shut me down or put me out because I've stuttered or stumbled over my words, or forgotten to change the addition sign in math. That one I'm still getting used to, but I'm getting there. I remember all my other friends in elementary school going home, doing sports or arts, or playing with their families. However, I was going to tutoring 3 times a week. And all those weeks that turned into months, I think it was worth it. Even with all the parties or get-togethers I've had to miss because I was out tutoring, it was worth it. One positive I've had by being here at Linton Hall are the teachers and staff who have helped me understand that I'm not just a person who can't read or that I can't do math the right way. But is there a right way? In my opinion, there is no right way to do anything. The way you do something is the right way. How you do math, how you read, even how you speak is the right way. But I would stick to the textbook stuff in civics. All that stuff is textbook work. That's what I've spent the last 14 years of my life learning and understanding. And I'm happy to say I can mostly read. Picture books are still a little hard sometimes, but that's a start, right? Thank you all for listening, and remember, reading is the circumference of pi, and math has to do everything with grammar and the right way to spell there in a sentence.
As you may know, English is the broadest language in the world. My name is Sophia Young, and it's easy to see that I'm not an English speaker, which means I need to improve the language part of my brain artificially. Learning a new language is not very easy, and even superheroes need to spend a long period of time on it. Therefore, I began to study and struggle with English since I was really small. At the beginning of last year, I studied in China with my first language. My language skills were not good enough for me to study in a foreign country, so my parents decided to have me practice English harder. They asked me to take the TOEFL test and wanted me to get more than a 90 in my grade. I felt stressed and worried because I didn't think I could get that high a score in such a short time. I need to finish all of my homework in school and learn English at the same time. I feel really tired and almost gave up several times. However, I persisted and became much better with my English skills. I got a good grade on my TOEFL test, and it was even better than I thought. The first time I took it, my score was 55, and recently it was to 99, which is a big improvement, I thought. Therefore, I now feel confident and I have a higher target for myself in the future. I think I will understand each sentence the teachers talk about and know every word I see. To be honest, it's true that learning a new language is as difficult as I think. It is not everyone in the world could speak in different languages. In fact, learning anything new is hard, so there's nothing for us to worry about. Just try hard, work hard, and make yourself satisfied.
Misaki Yoshio.
Depression, loneliness. These were the first words that came to my mind when I arrived here at Linton Hall. My friend Saha and I were the only ones from our country, and almost nobody else understood my home language. Hi, I'm Misaki Yoshioka, one of the exchange students from our sister school in Japan. I want to share my story as a boarding student. When I was chosen, I was so excited. I had no exam. I couldn't wait to leave Japan. But when I said goodbye to my parents at the airport, my tears wouldn't stop. It was then I realized, that I was anxious about leaving my country, my family, and my friends. My parents were surprised because it was the first time I showed the kind of emotion about studying abroad. When I arrived here, I was really nervous. I didn't know if I would fit in or be accepted. Being from a different culture, I was scared about how people would treat me. I couldn't sleep for a week, but from the beginning, I was welcomed with kindness and open hearts. I learned that kindness, respect, and also friendship have no borders. Coming to the school changed how I see the world. I used to think that differences divide us, but now I believe that they can bring us closer if we approach each other with curiosity and compassion. Thank you to my classmates, teachers, and friends here, to my parents and teachers in Japan. I will carry this experience with me forever. Congratulations to all of us.
Have you ever done something you truly love only to find little or no support from the people around you? It can be discouraging, but that's where value yourself becomes most important. Hi, I'm Alea. I'm 50 years old, and I'm from Zhejiang Province, China. Today, I want to talk about my experience learning to value myself. When I was in kindergarten, I really wanted to learn one instrument. The first time, I chose violin, because I think the violin is graceful. To be honest, I was only interested in violin for 1 month. When I began to delve into different fingerings, I heard the worst violin performance of my life. So, I started to tell my mom that I thought the violin wasn't for me. My mom told me to choose another instrument, and said that the one I liked best would be the most suitable for me. Thus, joining a casual performance, I saw the instrument I wanted to learn, the harp. It seemed a bit more difficult than the violin. It had more strings and was larger than the violin. But it made the most beautiful sound I had ever heard. Unlike the violin, it didn't make string sound if not played well. It wasn't long before I started learning the harp. I still remember how I felt when I finished my first song. I gradually got rid of the doubt that I had no musical talent. I'm very grateful to my parents for always supporting me and making me believe that doing what I love is the best choice. In conclusion, I think it's very important to value yourself. When you do that, you will understand your own worth. You will learn to invest yourself and do things that allow you to learn and bring you happiness. When you value yourself, you won't dwell on past mistakes either, because those mistakes are all part of what makes you who you are.
Did you know that new studies have shown that more than half of U.S. teens spend an average of 7 hours and 22 minutes on screens? I was even worse. My screen time showed that I was spending over 15 hours a day playing games. My parents wanted me to go outside for a walk or play sports, but I would prefer to stay inside with my technology. I'm me, and I want to share what I changed to enrich my life. At my previous school, we did not have much time to go outside and play. Technology was the most convenient way to relax. It was easy to carry, quick to start, and you could pause whenever you needed to change the room. With technology, none of us would like to go to a mall or a park with our family. However, everything changed after I came here to Lincoln Hall. There was not as much homework, and school ended in the afternoon. During the first month, I stayed on my phone for the entire afternoon. Nevertheless, I started getting bored. After staying on my devices for a long time, it didn't fulfill me anymore. I started to schedule my spare time with more meaningful activities. One time, my friends asked me to go to town with them. With my first step out of campus, I saw birds flying over us and squirrels running through the grass. Though it was in winter, the town impressed me with its vitality. I found that my friends were all going outside for hiking and training. I thought I should try to join them to keep healthy. I started playing badminton. I used to hate sports, but now it would feel like a meaningful way to spend time rather than just wasting it. Compared to staying indoors, at least I'm getting stronger. This quarter, I even joined soccer team. Though I haven't had much success, I have been trying my best to push myself and attempting things I have never done before. Looking back, I stepped out of my comfort zone. It has led me to a more fulfilling and healthier life.
Thank you for sharing your stories, 8th grade. Your thoughtful reflections are inspiring. Now, you may be looking at your programs and being surprised because I am in fact not on it, but that's because I am a surprise. So you are also the reason that I'm also the reason that our page numbers kept changing, just so you know. Oh, and you all know that makes me crazy. But it's for a good reason. This is me. I am thrilled to introduce a new award for our 2025 middle school promotion. The Dr. Nan Wodar's 8th Grade Leadership Award. Dr. Nan joined our community in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, a time of uncertainty and upheaval. Yet, from the very beginning, she led with clarity and decisiveness. She took the helm of our institution without hesitation, offering direction and reassurance when it was most needed. Those of us who have worked closely with her over the last 5 years can speak not only to her analytical intelligence and poise, but to her unwavering commitment to this school. It is for these actions and qualities that we name this award after her. Every year, the head of school recognizes a senior student for their contributions to the school with the head of school medal. But as educators, we sometimes find special connections with different age groups. Dr. Nan loves the littles. Our middle school students sneak into her office to visit with Poco or grab some candies. This age holds a special place in her heart, and so we honor her and them with this new award. Our inaugural recipient reminds us that leadership doesn't wait for age or title. With quiet confidence, she brings people together, lifts others up, and models what it means to lead with integrity. From the moment she set foot on campus, she has been a connector, seamlessly moving between friend groups, bridging divides, and making others feel included. She is involved, engaged, and eager to grow. Whether joining new activities or stepping into unfamiliar roles, she meets every opportunity with courage, curiosity, and commitment. She is an excellent role model for her peers, not only because she tries new things, but because she does so with humility, resilience, and the effort it takes to truly lead and learn. In classrooms, hallways, and community spaces, she shows maturity which is beyond her years, not by seeking attention, but by earning the trust and respect of her peers and teachers. It is with pride and excitement that we present the very first Dr. Nan Wodar's 8th Grade Leadership Award to Demi Sue.
just this last thing to say, and that is that it's our hope It is our hope that Demi will continue to pursue opportunities that hone her leadership skills, and that she'll find spaces in our high school community that she can help make even better. Next, Mr. Foltz will lead the certificate presentation portion of our ceremony.
I know you all are excited to finally be receiving your certificate of promotion. 8th grade, please stand and move to your places for this part of the ceremony.
Hi, everyone. Bryn Margaret Baker.
We have many people joining us on live stream today, and our live stream is set up in our city file. So when you see us stop and wave, that's what we're doing if we want to include people at a bar. So Brittany, please wave to your folks.
Victoria Barhatova.
Gloria, give us a wave.
Leisha Bendari. Aileen Boo. Daria Fong. Doris Kong.
Did we get that one?
Huang Chuan Len. Jaifa.
Renfro. Demi Sue. Cora Wong. Piper Flynn Waterhouse. Sophia Young. Misaki Yoshioka. Alea Jung. Ning Jung. Graduates, would you please come forward, and we're going to have to do a little stage logistics here to get them in the right order to take a picture. Okay, can you find your spots?
Not all the way down, just halfway. Nisha, halfway. There you go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Okay, parents, you want that shot? Go ahead. Smile, look happy.
Look at it.
Well, class of 2029, congratulations. You are officially 9th grade high school students. Moving into high school can be a little bit daunting. There are some things that will be different in high school. And we have this year's 9th grade class president, Clover Rice, who has some important advice for you. Clover.
Firstly, congratulations on surviving middle school. Secondly, welcome to high school, the land of magical wonders, where the grass is green, the flowers are blooming, the sun is shining, where you suddenly look like a fully matured adult 3 months after 8th grade graduation, and find the love of your life, and live a teenage pipe dream without the worry of homework ever again. And that would be all be true if this were a Disney movie, but it's not. So, welcome to reality. Now you might be saying, no, this sounds so scary, I'm not ready for this. But don't worry, because high school can be fun, if you know what you're doing. So, here are some tips to help you live your teenage dreams. Number 1, get out and do things, but know your limits. Just because you can't live a Disney kid fantasy does not mean you have to live out a life of non-stop work for a shiny resume. Don't sign up for every single sport, the spring musical, a high commitment club, and every single honors designation you can, all because it looks good on your college applications. On the other hand, you should not become a full-time hermit, but you must consider the amount of schoolwork you will have and the time you need to commit to extracurriculars. Also, do not forget about having fun. You will thank yourself later when you can go hang out with your friends. Number 2, communication is key. I know this comment is redundant, but please check your emails. I recommend reading the entire email and responding when appropriate. Not only will this make life easier for you, but also for everyone else. Another part of communication is initiating it. Don't be afraid to reach out to your teachers if you need help understanding, or do you just need to boost your grade. I promise your teachers are not that scary and will welcome you with open arms. Number 3, never be scared to speak out and take action. If you want to do something, do it. You want to run for class president? Get out and do it. You want to start a club? Get out and do it. I promise you, you will be surprised by how much you can enjoy something new. Number 4, other high schoolers are not scary. You might think, I'm just a 9th grader, everybody else is so scary and have their life figured out. Trust me, that's not the case. None of the other high schoolers bite, and they will treat you with much deserved respect. Do not be afraid to talk to a new person just because you think they look scary. Chances are they have about as much of a clue as you do. Number 5, don't focus on every single mistake you ever make in your high school career and spend all your time stressing about your future. In the words of Sube, it's never that deep. Just because you got a 60 on one test in 9th grade does not mean that your dream college will never accept you and your entire future is in jeopardy. So, will the next 4 years be full of sunshine and rainbows? Probably not. But despite that, with the advice I just gave you, you'll see enough rainbows to make you happy. Yeah.
Clover, thank you for sharing your practical and encouraging advice, reminding us to balance our commitments and to make time for fun. Next, I want to take a moment to thank all of our guests, near and far, for joining us today. We are so proud of the accomplishments of this class and know that they are ready to take on challenges and new experiences that Upper School will bring. Class of 2029, please stand. You have officially been promoted to 9th grade. Congratulations. You have successfully completed your middle school experience, and as you enter upper school, remember to take into consideration the advice that Clover gave you. It will help in so many important ways. Let's give them one more round of applause. Please be seated. Would our current 7th grade please stand? I would like to officially advance you to 8th grade. Congratulations. You will be the leaders of the middle school next year. I know that your diligence, enthusiasm, and desire to excel will help you be excellent role models for the 6th and 7th grade students. You may be seated. Now 6th grade, please stand. I want to officially welcome you to Linden Hall's 7th grade class. You came in as the youngest students in Linden Hall this year and know that you are ready to succeed and help next year's 6th graders get acclimated to the school. Congratulations. As we transition to the end of the ceremony, we will be singing the benediction and then recessing. Our rising 9th grade students will take a few minutes to gather their belongings. Since we have bad weather outside, families, please follow me out and we can meet your graduate in the A gallery. Would everybody please stand for the choir benediction?